we're getting started here today, people. We got quite a large agenda here. I got a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things that happened since we had our last telecast here. I wanted to ask a question here to make sure that we talk about the election first. Did you see our vice president on the National Association of Black Journalists?
Oh, yes.
What did you think?
The truth,
The truth.
I think she was a little bland, but factual, specific. And she told Black America that she was Black.
Anything else?
She evaded the question of reparations. Other than that, she did a good job. But I think that the thing with, and I'm not talking about the journalists that were there and that kind of thing. Black people want to see stuff. They want to see some real Milliken stuff. That's just my opinion, and that's not her calling. That's not her lane. That's not what she's about. She's about including everybody. And it's up to you as a person, as an American, to take advantage of what's available out there. Because there's a lot of programs out there for you to start your own businesses, to get your home, to whatever you want to do. Put your kids in private school or charter school, or there's a lot of programs out there. But the key is you got to have a job.
Well, speaking of the NABJ, that's what I was wanting to find out your opinion and stuff about how she did on their show, how the interview and everything went. First of all, at the beginning of this whole thing, they had the president on the NABJ, and I kind of questioned the organization and stuff and everything about why they made this guy the president. He doesn't seem very presidential to me. He doesn't seem like the type of person that I would want to be leading my organization. Now, he may have a brain on him, and he may be very smart. He may be a good journalist and stuff, but he doesn't look to me like a very prestigious president, someone that I would be having at the head of my organization. Next of all, when they brought all the people and stuff on, they had these two black guys come on and one female. A little bit different than when Trump was on there, when they had all female audience. So I guess they probably thought about it and everything and said, well, maybe we need to have some men on the stage. I don't know. But maybe I'm just old fashioned and stuff, Ted. I think I got a little old fashioned in and stuff, and I look at things probably in a different prism than probably some of the younger folks and stuff do. But I thought that the tall guy and stuff they had there was kind of, I don't know. He didn't seem right to me. He didn't look right at all. He did
He's
okay.
gayish.
Huh?
He's gayish.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that that's what I saw. Okay, because he did have a ring on his left hand, so I didn't know. I
Oh, he
looked at
got
the
finger
hand.
polish all over. He got
Yeah,
finger
I
polish
looked
all
at
over
his
his
left
finger.
hand, and he had a ring on his
And
left
I
hand. I said,
don't care
"Oh, well, but
about
maybe
that.
I'm
You know,
wrong."
that's his
But
business.
yeah, but he did okay and stuff and everything after I got on there. But when he got on there, I just, oh man, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, next
He's talking about
the
Gaza too much.
well, I guess then the young lady got on and she looked like she wanted to be the boss out there on the stage. But I think when our vice president walked on the stage, she was absolutely nervous, very, very, very uncomfortable being there. Why it she just seemed to be totally uncomfortable. I don't know. But as the interview went on, I think she became a little bit more comfortable and everything as far as sitting down and talking to him. But I don't believe that they made her feel very comfortable at all. And I would have thought that they would have did something and everything to make her feel a lot more comfortable and stuff on that stage than what she felt, and that some of the interviewers and stuff did not see that uncomfortability and stuff by her, and would have did something about it, said something, did something and everything to make her feel a little bit comfortable as to where they were at and what they were about. But I believe that they thought that they were there to quiz her and to make sure that they didn't look like they were throwing softball questions and stuff at her and everything. So the other folks of Caucasian persuasion didn't look at it and stuff and saying, well, they treated her differently than they did Donald. That may have been a mind or whatever. I don't know. But I didn't like the way they did that. I really thought that they should have made her a little bit more comfortable and stuff there. And maybe it was because of what happened with Donald Trump that everybody was like on pins and needles. But she didn't present herself as well as she did in front of a huge audience. She did not do that. It seemed like she is a lot more comfortable in front of a huge audience than sitting down there being interviewed by individuals or a group of individuals and stuff, asking her questions. Now, when I watched uh, our first black president come in there, he liked those kind of scenarios, that kind of scene and stuff that's going on. He was very, very comfortable in that situation, but this she didn't seem like she was very comfortable. So those are my observations. And you're right, she did kind of dump over that reparation thing. she, she she skipped past that stuff real quick. And nobody caught her and stuff on it, but she did kind of did not answer the question, and it was so obvious and everything that I think a lot of people in the audience and stuff and everything were looking at that, and they were expecting her as a black woman and stuff in this country to be able to address that reparation issue and stuff and everything a little bit differently than what she did, because what she her answer and stuff for the reparations was totally off kilter. But I do think that what she was trying to say, I don't believe that the audience and the people who were interviewing her really understood. And
There's supposed to be a bunch of journalists in there, bro.
huh?
There's a bunch of journalists in there.
I know it was, but I don't believe they understood from the tone about her, little mumblings that I heard and stuff in there, and the fact that the interviewers and stuff and everything were trying to get her to come back to that reparations topic and everything, and she just kind of she didn't overlook it and everything, but I think that and she went back to Sheila Jackson Lee and stuff as being a person and stuff and everything who always did it, and I found out that that is true. Every year she brought the reparation issue and stuff up in Congress and stuff, and wanted a vote and stuff on reparations, and she brought that up as the first person that that brought her to that issue, and how she worked on different panels and stuff and everything to talk about reparation. But I think during their talks and everything, she might have missed a whole segment and stuff and everything that she should have went back and explained to the audience that their idea and stuff for to get reparations and stuff and everything wasn't to get a huge check from the federal government, because that wasn't what they were going to get, and they knew that the Republicans in the Congress and all the other folks there, even some of the Democrats, were not going to give the Black Americans a blank check and say, here's the money that we owe you. Here's the $6 or $7 trillion and stuff that our ancestors and everything took
62
away from
trillion.
you. How much?
62 trillion.
Oh well, that's a number that I
That's
that
my
number.
that's my calculations.
That's your calculation. Well, they ain't no way. They wouldn't even give 6 trillion. So 62, you you can forget it. So I I think that she could have focused a little bit clearer and stuff on what she was talking about, and she was saying that they're not going to get the reparations, so let's try to get something else from the government and stuff that we can give to our community and stuff in place of, instead of a blank check for $67 trillion. That wasn't going to happen. So she was trying to say that they were looking at it in a different way. Yes, the money is owed and everything to the black folks, but, and then she didn't even say that it was owed to them. She just said we have a program going on. So in essence, what she was saying, that instead of giving the blank check to them, that they probably should take the monies and stuff in programs that would help people of color, say, into giving more money into the black community and stuff to build up their businesses, give more money and stuff to child daycare in the black community, people and stuff who really need it and stuff, to help get people and stuff off into a place and stuff where they can take care of themselves and they can buy homes or whatever, and get back to that. At least start take some of that money and stuff inside those programs. I think that's what she was trying to tell them. We need to take some this money in programs and stuff to our community, and monies and stuff to give to uh, kids and stuff and everything for scholarships and stuff like that. Especially people of color, black kids and stuff, who parents and stuff who were directly involved and stuff, and being slaves or whatever and everything, that they needed to be brought first to the table and stuff when it comes to handing out whatever. And I think that's probably what she was trying to say, but she didn't really explain it and stuff in that way. But I believe that's what she was saying, because after she kept talking, and they kept asking her questions about it, she she kind of kept on saying that. So anyway,
Well, that's her. You know, the thing is that when Obama was the same way. You know,
mm-hmm, it was.
so the point is that when you don't have, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean this in no discouraging way, but what they call fundamentally Black Americans, foundational Black Americans that have went through the turmoil of what we went through. Not us particularly, but our fathers, grandfathers, and great grandfathers. And they don't understand the gravity of all the, when you go through having picnic parties and hanging people and just shooting people on sight and people walking down the road getting hit because they're black. The bottom line is that this country would go probably berserk if we did something like that. Now, there's a lot of people, and of us included, is dying off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those, like it's only 13% of us that's 65 and over. So a lot of what we're telling our grandkids and our children, they can barely hardly relate to that. They understand it, but they don't relate to it because they're out there trying to get their own thing and do their own thing. However, I think it's about principle. This is the whole thing. It's about principle as far as the way they treated us, back in 17, 16, 17, 1800s, even 1900s. So it's principle. And I think that's what this is all about. As far as the money goes, yeah, we owe money, cash, check.
Well, to even kind of dump on top of that what you were saying about how hard it is going to be, as you noticed that there were some members and stuff of the Black Wall Street there in Kansas and stuff who filed a case in court. And last week, a week before last, the judge and stuff threw the case out.
That was a month ago.
Now that case and stuff and everything, and the time that it happens is even closer than Reconstruction and all this other stuff that went on back in the 1800s and stuff. And we're talking about something that happened in the 1900s and stuff. And it has been well documented about what happened. And the judge threw the case out. Now,
Yeah.
the attorney and stuff and everything who was involved in that, he was on, I think he was on, man, he was on Roland Martin's show. And Roland Martin was asking him, well, is the case over with and everything, because the judge had threw it out. He said, no, it wasn't over with, but he said that he really needed some help from some outside sources and stuff and everything to bring forth to light and everything what the heck happened, and to channel some funds and stuff and everything to pay for some more recourse and stuff and everything to get their case and stuff back into the court system, because they figure that's the only place that they can be, because it's costing them money to keep this case and stuff going. And these folks and stuff who were actually involved in it, they're in their hundreds, and they're not going to be around very much longer and everything. So, and they don't have any
One
money.
just passed away last month.
Yeah. Huh?
One just passed away last month.
Oh, okay. Well, they're slowly leaving us, and who's going to take up the banner? And then also where this attorney and stuff, I guess he's trying to say to them that he needs monies and stuff to help him file the appeal and stuff that he's going to go through, because they're not going to just take this judge's ruling and everything. There is an appeal process, but that appeal process and stuff it's expensive. And
Well, here's the deal here. This is just my opinion, and I'm going to just say it.
Yeah. Hey, he got to have some money too. He can't just do stuff for free. And
Well, what I'm saying is this. What he's doing is admirable, and rightfully so, because they destroyed that community. And not only when they destroyed it and bombed it and killed all those black people, but then they destroyed it and put freeways through it. But here's the thing that a lot of us, and maybe people realize it, think about it. I'm just talking about the last 50 years, okay? The last 50 years, there have been an average of 1.2 million to 3 million people, 1.2 to 1.3 million people that has became Americans from other places. That's over 60 million people in the last 50 years. Every year, immigration allows 1 million people to come to America
Mm-hmm.
legally.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about that. Now, with those people comes their family. So I'm saying that we have right now, they claim that we only have 331 million people in this country. But it's way more than 331 million. And now the reason why I say that, think about it. Now, even though if you look at the death rate is 3 million people a year, over 3 million people a year. We only produce, right now, our reproduction thing is going is 0.03. In America, people don't realize that we are not producing enough people to replace the people that's leaving. So now what happens is that we bring in other people. Now, the thing is, European people don't want to come here, bro. They don't want to come here. The people that want to come here is those people that's being displaced. The Indians from India, the Haitians, and the Latinos, and Asian people. And right now we're being flooded with those ethnic people, which I'm not complaining. I'm just bringing up facts. Most people, like you got the Canadian people, dual citizenship. So you got 200 million people, roughly 150 to 200 million people that are new Americans, bro. They are new Americans. So those people go to school, they become lawyers, they become judges. They don't have no sympathy for us. As a matter of fact, they ain't tight with them because they think they white too. We know that the white people are the Watts people, and they gonna stay in control. They'll tell an Indian person that's Indian from India, you ain't white. You might, I like your ideas, but you ain't white. They'll tell a Latino person the same thing. So they'll tell Italian people the same thing. The point is that these people are in control of the whole system, and they tell these, whatever you want to call them, don't even bring this stuff up. How you gonna be a knucklehead like the Orange Man, and they tell you, hey, we got a program right now that will suffice for immigration as far as stopping this mess, and he tell them don't vote for it. What kind of power do he have? What is going on here, bro? Is this America? No, it's not America no more. We're done. He has allowed the white supremacists and the white Christian nationalists, these people, for whatever reason, they don't like black people.
They never did.
But
So
what I'm saying
it's
is
nothing
they are
new.
showing it. I mean, I didn't realize it, and I'm gonna say I'm ignorant because see, I am a born again Christ follower, baptized, went to church for 30 plus years straight every Sunday, barely missed a Sunday. And I'm gonna tell you, I never looked at white people like that, but now I know. They are racist. They are racist, bruh. They are white
Well,
supremacists. Not all
well,
of them. Not all of them. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, anytime you sit up here and a black person moves into your community and then you leave because a black person moved into your community, that's a problem. That's a problem because of the color of some person's skin. And then we got to prove that we 10 times better than you. Why?
that
And then
happens.
you
Yeah,
ain't nothing but
that
mediocre. You mediocre, and then you want me to be 10 times better than you.
right, and that's where it's been for a long, long, long,
But what
long
I'm
time.
what I'm
Yep.
saying is, don't come up here and tell me you a Christian or you believe in God, you believe in love, and you gonna sit up here and you gonna sit up here and hey, all these black people moving in here, we gotta go. They go somewhere else, and then we come over there, they move again. Now you got all these people. You got me pissed off now. Now all of these people running around going to their little private schools, their little charter schools, trying to stop black folks from getting an education because they know we got just as much intelligence as they do. Going to Harvard, going to Yale, going to Brown, going to junior college, getting our degrees. They're scared to compete. And they're not producing any children because they know that a child costs over $200,000 to raise these days. You can't just have a bunch of children. We're not in the agricultural system now, where you use all your kids to work for you and build your little crop and all that kind of stuff. We are in a technology system now. You have to be brainy and smart. So let's keep the black people down. They don't learn the system. Don't learn how to code. Don't learn. Don't learn how to
well,
work computers and build
well,
stuff.
Ted, like I have said before, that's our fault. We need to figure out a way how to get around this mess. I remember us
We
when I
shouldn't have
was.
to get
I
around nothing.
remember. I remember us being young folks in our 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, and we were the generation and stuff and everything that fought for what we wanted. We fought for our rights to do what we needed to do. Every day we would fight for our rights. We fought for our black history. We fought to understand where we came from. We fought to get that stuff done. We fought every day that racism that was there and stuff. We didn't allow someone to tell us. I'm just like, and we had musicians. You know, we talking about James Brown. As you said, open the door and don't give me nothing. Just open the door and let me in. You're gonna have to
Opportunity.
give me a thing. And we believed in all that. We that was it. They ain't got to give me nothing. Just open the door, and that's all we wanted to do. And then we find out that sometimes we had to knock the door down, but we didn't allow that thing to happen to us and everything. So, and as I'm looking at our generation of young folks and stuff nowadays, they are they don't have that get up and go. They don't have that fight to. Um,
Oh, yes, they do. Yeah.
I don't see it. I haven't saw it. I haven't saw that
No,
fight.
it's not that kind of fight. What
I
it
haven't saw
is,
that fight. Well,
what it is,
yes,
it's
but I'm not talking about physical fights where you go out and do what John Lewis and them did. You know, cross that Edmund Pettus Bridge and get beat up and stuff until. I'm not talking about that kind of a fight now. I'm talking about there's a there's a fight and stuff for what you need, and 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 it has to be an intellectual fight. And I don't see us fighting to stay into these schools, to get into these schools and stuff that's going to train us and stuff into the technology that we're seeing nowadays. It is coming here. We see artificial intelligence is there, and we're sitting around there talking about mess and everything, and doing this and doing that, and when we should be out there trying to understand this artificial intelligence. I saw. Um, yep, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I got some more questions. I'm gonna
Go ahead.
stop. I'm gonna stop. I got some more questions here. We got a. This is part of the election and stuff and everything, because I think that we're right now, Ted, we like 55 days from election day. This is September, and we
52 or 53? Ain't it?
over halfway through September, and the only big other month we got left is October, and then we got things going on. So there are things and stuff happening in this election that I was very, very concerned about, and I thought we probably wanted to discuss. So uh, most people out there, because of that time that we got, everybody kept saying that, well, Kamala doesn't have the time to get what she needs so she can get her people all together. But when you have an election that's coming up, you have to keep that interest and stuff high. You got to keep it up. You got to keep that ebb and flow as high as you can so you can keep people energized. We're at a point and stuff now, Ted, where the energy is not there anymore. It's starting to go back down.
Level off.
It's starting to drop off. The energy is starting to drop off. So, what do her campaign, and I'm actually about Trump's campaign, what do they do to keep that energy and stuff up so people will keep this stuff front and center? What we're doing now is not being kept front and center. All they're talking about is what these poll numbers and stuff are, and what Trump done said about these Haitian folks and everything. They need to get. It was a horrible thing he did and all of that, but we have to keep that interest and stuff, because our people and stuff, Ted, they ain't gonna stay high too long and stuff. They're gonna lose interest, and they're not gonna follow through with what they're supposed to be doing. So we at a point and stuff in the campaign, especially in Harris's campaign and Trump's campaign or whoever, that
Well, you know what's happening tonight, don't you?
yeah,
What?
right. Oprah's got her thing going on with the DNC.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I already got a RSVP that thing and stuff. It's supposed to be 8 o'clock or 8:30 tonight. So I got my RSVP. I got my link and everything to get to and all that. So as soon as we get off our show, that's what I'm headed to. Uh, so hopefully this and stuff was going to keep her folks energized, because there's going to be a whole lot of people, millions of people and stuff, going to be on this daggone thing that Oprah got going on tonight. So she needs to keep doing things that's going to keep people interested and keep people energized, because you don't want people to just stop, because it takes a whole lot of energy to bring them from the bottom back up. But if you can keep that energy and stuff on a level plane, and all you got to do is kick it up just a little bit and to take it back up. But you can't let it get too far down. If the energy gets that low and everything, it's hard to get people to come back up and start doing what they're supposed to be doing. We got early voting getting ready to come up sometime this week in some states. They need to be on top of that. These folks and stuff and everything, there are things going on in this campaign where I think in Arizona, uh, they had something going on where the Secretary of State was getting ready to take 100,000 people off the voter rolls.
Well,
No,
your state.
100,000 people off of Arizona's voter rolls. It ain't going to hurt Trump. It's going to hurt Kamala and Gallego, or whoever's running for the U.S. Senate and stuff there in Arizona. And in my state, yes, they do this every election. So we used to this.
Your
It's
state
crap.
your state is crazy.
Right.
I thought
We
Florida
used
was
to this.
crazy.
We're used to this stuff. We're used to what's going on all the way back into 2016. We're used to people getting throwed off the ballot and throwed out the rolls and all that stuff. So most of our folks around here know what we got to do. Every 2 or 3 weeks, my wife and all the other folks out there and stuff, we got to call in to make sure that they haven't thrown us off the roll and everything, and that we can still go and vote. It's a horrible thing, but that's what's going on.
You
And
know, when is people gonna realize that voting got to be very important? They're doing all of this gerrymandering, taking people off the voting rolls. Look at this knucklehead up in the House talking about, oh, you got to prove that you're American citizen, so therefore you got to have this and you got to have that, and that kind of craziness, you know. And it's been proven. Oh yeah, a few people try to vote twice and all that, but we're talking about minuscule. I mean, what, 0.00000
yeah,
one?
but
So
you
it's
you do
this is the
those kind
thing.
of
They
things.
don't realize it. But you know
Yes.
what really takes me off?
What's that?
These black men and black women on TikTok talking about how good Trump was. I go on TikTok every day, and when I see them, I say, "You voting for a white supremacist, and you obviously for white Christian nationalists. You don't even know what you're talking about." These people, they're either getting paid or they just don't know no better.
They're getting paid, Ted. Money talks, man. Money
For
talks.
anybody that's black,
Money. We done sold our people out a many a day, man. Shoot, this ain't nothing. We have sold out our folks a many a day, all the way back
why?
in, all the way back into slavery times. We have sold ourselves out. We have done it. Y'all say Master, he's escaping. Master, he escaping. He getting away.
I don't
and
want
we
to tell you,
still
you
and we
know,
still doing it.
you
Master,
know,
he getting away. I got Master, our house on fire. Our house on fire. It ain't his house, it's our house on fire. We don't own nothing.
hey, you know what? You know, I mind my own business. I tend to my own business. I don't get in nobody else's business. But I'm gonna just say this: I love the Italians. I grew up around Italians in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take no mess. When you squirt and squill and you come against your own community,
They will cut your throat.
I
They
love
will
it.
cut
You
your
know,
throat.
it's
They
unbelievable.
don't dare. They don't dare go against the Godfather in the community. They will not do that. They would rather sell their children than to do something like that. But that's not us, Ted. We watched our folks sell us out. I watched in Illinois when they had that race and stuff with Governor Rainier. He was running against, I forget the Democrat who was running, but Rainier was a Republican. And to keep himself to be able to be elected governor of the state of Illinois, he went into Chicago and put $1 million into the church, one of the biggest churches there in Chicago. He gave the pastor $1 million so he can stay in office. He can get in office. He sold his congregation and everybody out for that $1 million. Told them don't vote, and they followed him just like the apostles followed Jesus. They praised that pastor. And he told them don't do this, and they didn't. Rainier won the election and stuff in the state of Illinois. And those 4 years was one of the worst 4 years that the state of Illinois ever had. The worst years. It was so bad, Ted, that they have a lottery going on and they couldn't pay the people if they won in the lottery. I'm serious. My wife was mad about that because she was buying tickets in Illinois and she couldn't, they would tell her that they couldn't pay the winnings and stuff and everything if they won in the Illinois lottery. It got that bad. They didn't have any money. Because this
I'm gonna
man,
tell you right now,
he got sold out.
These people have not seen anything yet.
Hey,
if this knucklehead get back in office,
most of us, Ted, who are selling each other this out, don't care. So the only thing that we can do and everything is understand that we're going to lose 10, 15% of our folks and stuff and everything, especially them black men, to Trump. So only thing we can hope for is that if the man give you some money, okay, man, okay, brother, take the money. But tell you what, if you told a man that you backing him up, don't go just like they told these folks in here in 2016 to 2020. The Republicans had a bad thing going on that they didn't win it. And so they just told the Republicans not to go to the polls. So y'all ain't got to go vote. And they didn't. And that's how Biden won the presidential election and stuff here in Georgia, because these Republicans said, well, we ain't going to vote. And they didn't. So Biden won the state of Georgia.
That's how they won?
That's how they won. He told them don't go vote. That's how he won. That's how Warnock became the U.S. Senator in that year. Don't go vote.
Well, it's sad because the political system can work.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that. If you get the right people that care about the people, not care about their own selves.
Well,
the political system works, man. It will
it does.
work.
It does work. It will work if we are fair about it. And you hearing people and stuff now saying that if Trump loses the election, he gonna tell people it was stolen from him. So he's setting himself up to fail, but he's also setting himself up to bring all these crazy nut job folks out so they can start killing, shooting, whatever they need to do and everything to disrupt whatever is going on in this daggone country. So no matter what, he's planning on winning, whether he wins the ballot box or he wins at the shooting range, where he out there telling these people to go out there and kill. That's what he's going to do. He's going to disrupt this country. So whatever happens, he's going to try to win.
Well, I listened to this one guy here. He said there's about 4% of his people is willing to be violent. That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the millions. The question is, what is the government going to do about it?
Well, we saw what they did when they raided our capital there in Washington, D.C. They didn't fire a shot on them white folks when they came across there and were beating up these folks and knocking the windows down and doing all that crazy stuff. Most of those Capitol Police and stuff, they were just standing up there and stuff to be a barricade and everything to keep the people out. And they did not shoot or kill any one of them. So,
one person got killed.
Yeah. Well, it's more than one police officer who got killed.
No, I'm talking about one of their people got killed.
Right. They probably, yeah, well, they might have just got the aftermath from getting run over, probably by their own
No,
people.
no, it was this lady that was trying to get through the window. You remember that?
Yeah, hey, but so that tells you now. Turn the turn the page, and and say there was a bunch of black folks there in D.C. All the Negroes in D.C. decided that they wanted to come up to the Capitol
Ta
because
ta
that
ta
they
ta
wanted
ta ta.
to get to be called a state so they can vote, be called a state so they can control their own self. They'd have slaughtered them. They'd have been slaughtered. But that's how our government is. We have to understand that there's a justice system that's just us, and that's it. And we have
Well,
to understand that.
we have, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be facetious, but and I'm not trying to be naive about it, but we do have a large representation than what we had 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it's growing. There are a lot of people that are more progressive, and they understand they're not totally racist. So people understand what's going on. I hear too many uh, people that are the Caucasian persuasion realize that, hey, we got to do better because we know better. The question is, we will never get rid of white supremacists.
We have something that's getting ready to come up that only a few people are talking about. Most of our general public is not saying a word about it, but it's coming up to their day, and they have a budget that they have not passed. And if they don't get it passed by the 30th of September, this country's going into a shutdown.
I don't think so.
And that's exactly what most of the people are probably thinking, because ever since the Republicans have been in charge of the House, they always waited up until the last day or two, then they pass a continuing resolution. So I think that's what everybody else out there is thinking, the same thing. It ain't gonna happen. They're gonna do something because they're gonna wait up till the last minute, and then they're gonna pass something. So why do we have to do this every 3 or 4 months? Get up to the point to where
Well, we
we.
already know, bro. You know, the reason why we don't even have a yearly budget is because of the Republicans. That's the reason why we don't have a yearly budget. The point is that they use every wedge issue that they can use to try to keep to make the Democrats, so-called Democrats, look bad, so that they can look like they're doing something, because they make pretending that they're doing something to keep their base going. And their base don't know, hey, you voting against your own interests. These people want to cut your Social Security. They want to cut your Medicare. They want to cut your. They don't want capital. They don't want manufacturing in this company. They want it overseas and have cheap labor, so these corporations can make more money. These people don't understand they're voting against their own interests, and they don't realize that black people ain't even studying white folks. Most of black people just, hey, they just want to be left alone and do their own thing and do what they do. But I don't understand them. I don't get it. They act like, we want what they want or what they have. Oh, some people, black folks do, yeah. But I'm just saying, Most black folks don't give a shit about these white folks. We don't give
Okay.
a shit about you
I got
and what
two
you
other
do.
I got two other topics here. We get to the end. I
Go
got two other
ahead, go
topics.
ahead.
We got uh the feds did what today? Yesterday?
Who?
The feds did what yesterday?
Oh man, I don't want to talk about that knucklehead. That ain't
No.
nothing but a doggone sidetrack.
Well, they
A
dropped
distraction.
they dropped the interest rate to at a half a
Oh,
percent.
okay, okay, all right. You said the
That's what I'm
feds. I
talking
thought you,
about. The
you
feds.
okay,
The
I thought you was
feds.
talking about the other feds.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the feds. They dropped the interest rate a half a percent. And they had one
50
uh
basis points, bro.
federal commissioner said she only wanted them to drop a quarter percent because she was still scared. But the old boy said, no, 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 we need to do a half because we kind of late in the game because we should have did it last month.
Did you see the
Things
stock market,
is
how it went up?
I'm telling you, but the stock market didn't jump, man, because it did. They just sat around there and said, well, okay. It's almost like they knew that this was getting ready to happen. It's almost like they knew that the interest rates were going to start going down. But when are we going to feel the effects of that half a percent interest going down? Next
It
month?
don't matter, man. Who cares?
I do.
Who cares?
I do because I can't. I want to. I want to buy me another car. So-
That's for you greedy people.
I want to buy. I want to buy me another car. So
That's for you
I,
greedy people.
I want the interest rate to get down just a little bit more so I can
I'm
get me a
just saying.
car.
I'm just saying, who cares? But the point is, it's good that it's going down because it should be
Well, I
only.
I
It should
care.
be going down to 3 or 4%.
I hope so because I care. I want it to go down because I need a car. I need another car.
But here's
My
the,
car
the
getting a little
thing.
bit older, and I'm gonna have to do something about it and everything. So I'm gonna have to get me another car. So I want the
Ed,
interest rate to go down. Go ahead.
Ed, here's the thing, bro. You have to realize that this economy is based on consumerism.
Right. And I want to consume. I'm
That's
telling you,
right.
I'm consuming. I'm
This is the
consuming.
whole
I
point.
want a new car. I want to have a new car. I
This
want to
is
buy.
how we
I need to
have
have. I need to have some money. I need to borrow some money on something, but I can't
it.
borrow it right now because the interest rate's too high.
It. The
Yeah.
thing is, well, you know what? You talk to Reagan because he the one told you you can't write that off no more.
Well, I'm not concerned with writing it off. I just want to. I don't want to pay as much money and stuff on interest as
I
anybody else
just
does.
said you
At least
talk to
amount of
Reagan
interest that I
because you
can
can't
pay.
write that
Uh,
off no more.
that dog has been
Just
that
like your credit card, you can't
wash
write
water
that
has
off
been
no more.
thrown out the window. I understand that they've been that's been happening what 1985 he said that and they still haven't changed it. So hey, I'm I'm good
Just
as
like he
long
stole,
as
just like he took $3 trillion from the Social Security.
absolutely, and we never got it back, and nobody has ever said anything about it, and nobody ever said well Reagan took that money, so we got to put it back. So
Just like his CIA put all them drugs in New York and California.
in the black community, but there was they were guinea pigs just like they were when the old boys over there in Tuskegee airmen and stuff and everything they use them as guinea pigs for syphilis. Well, we've been guinea pigs, man, for a long time. We guinea pigs and stuff for
They
all
know
they.
how.
Uh, we guinea pigs for all their waste. Anything, any kind of hazardous waste, they dump it into the black community.
But wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question, and this is the whole thing, and you was almost hitting at it, but I'm gonna hit it right square in the face. They knew about what Diddy was doing years ago. They just put it on the shelf so that you can be distracted. This is all this is all about. They want to distract, and they're gonna just like they're doing this thing about they made up story in what is it, Iowa? Made up that about those Haitians. It's all a distraction because he don't have anything to bring to the table, bro. The only
Well,
thing he's running on is immigration, and then he wouldn't even pass that. And then what is the second thing he's running on? Taxes.
right.
He gonna cut taxes. Right now, his taxes are already low. We still on his taxes plan right now.
Hey, but he got to make sure that those billionaires, Ted, get to keep that tax cut going. That thing expires, man, next month, next year, early part of next year, it expires. And he got to get back in office so he can extend that daggone tax cut that he gave
And
those businesses.
this is why I say the American people has got to be, and I don't want to call American people stupid, but they got to be the most unknowledgeable people in the world. They have to be. Because anytime you get over 19 billionaires that's funneling money, millions and millions of dollars to him so that they can keep those taxes low. They don't provide no whole lot of jobs, bro. The majority of the jobs is done by small businesses. And then these news people, these business news people, I watch them all the time. I watch all the European news. I read all the stories, and they play these games, Ed. Bank of America getting ready to lay off 10,000 people. Amazon getting ready to lay off 10,000 people. Them people got hundreds of thousands of people working for them. Walmart, 1,000,000 people. Come on, bro. These people are a joke. They playing games, and then they say, "Oh wow, what's going on? The economy is going bad. They laying off all these people. They firing all these people." Only reason why they do that is to let the people that buy their stock to say, "Oh, they must be trying to cut down expenses." So then they psych the people up to buy their share, so they can go up. And then they turn around 3 months later and they hire the people back.
If you don't control anything, you don't have anything. If you don't own anything, you don't have anything. Own something, then you won't have to. We don't have to worry about that. Anyway, Ted, final word. We at the end here, brother, and we getting close here to.
I want to correct a statement I made. I said it correctly the first time, and I apologize if anybody listened to this and the last one that we had. I did say 48 people out of 100,000 had HIV, but I think a couple of times I said 48% out of 100,000. It's actually 48 people that has AIDS. I'm talking about black people now. This is the statistics that they gave me that I looked up. 48 people out of 100,000 people has HIV and AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to correct that. I don't like to make mistakes. If I say something wrong, I'm going to correct myself and let the people know that I made a mistake.
Well, that's magnanimous of you.
Huh?
That's magnanimous of you. I don't have a whole lot to say, Ted, other than there's a lot going on. They have a debate getting ready to come up with the vice presidential candidates. And I think it'd be kind of interesting for the public to listen to that. I think we need to stay on top of this early voting.
It's going to kick that jackass in the face.
Right, and get people to those polls early. If you got a car and stuff, and some people need a ride to the poll, please give it to them. Because any kind of way we can help Kamala get into that office and stuff, so we can at least cut off some of this yellow-haired or orange-haired fool from getting into that White House. From getting into that White House. Oh, did you see his wife?
Yeah.
She'd have gone butt naked now again.
That's her art, bro. That's her art. That's her talent.
She getting ready to go butt naked here on us, man.
I'm a new model. I'm not ashamed of that.
Nobody talking about that, man. He ain't said a word. He damn, my wife
She got
out
a
there,
book
but
coming out. She want to make her own
she
money.
might
She
be
knows she gonna sell
the
at least a
first.
million
She
copies.
might be the first lady now. She gonna be the first
Hopefully
lady.
she got pictures. If she got pictures, then they gonna really buy it.
We go butt naked again.
Showing
Lord,
the coochie and everything.
where we going, man? Where the country going?
I'm telling you, bro. If we don't get Kamala in there, man, we can forget about it.
Oh, man.
You got these white Christian nationalists, man, talking about voting for Trump and talking about he a man of God. What is wrong with these people?
I couldn't believe that, man, when I saw it. They got her butt naked out here.
Well, the ministering angels is out there camping all around. I'm telling you, bro, this is crazy. These people are just insane. They have no shame.
No shame.
No shame, bro.
No shame.
He ain't got no shame. She ain't got no shame. He ain't got
They
no
want-
shame. His son is running around a coke addict.
Yeah, so y'all want a buck naked first lady? You get Trump in the office. Oh my goodness!
These people ain't got no shame, bro.
Yeah, we got to go. I don't know. I don't know about you all. We got to go. It's time for us to get out of here. We got a lot more stuff to talk about, people. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.